It's so quiet. Awesome. Way to go. Another round of applause there for Daniel. We're so excited to meet you, Kayla.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. So I started out about 6 years ago learning about foot zonology. And in that journey, I learned about health and nutrition, which set me off on a path that literally changed my life. I lost over 50 pounds, and then I had 4 babies and lost 50 pounds again, and then 50 pounds again, and 50 pounds again. So I definitely know what it means to go up and down. And the first amount of 50 pounds I lost was through a very terrible, very hard marriage that I luckily was inspired to get out of, which some people, when I tell that to, they don't understand how I was led to get divorced, but it is the truth. And that's one of the projects that I'm working on right now is the stepmom of my daughter and I are writing a book on how to strengthen the relationship between mom and stepmom. So that's something that I hold very dear to my heart. That has been a very long road to get there because we were not always there, trust me. There was a lot of hard times and a lot of struggle that we overcame. And through unconditional love, honestly, is how that came to be. So what I'm speaking on today, I have a 6-step process of how to endure to the end. Now, I'm talking about step 1 because that was my first step. I believe that it could be the first step for many people. When you think of the term endure to the end, I have this ring right here. My dad gave it to me when I turned 18 years old for my birthday. And it says E.T.T.E, and it means endure to the end. Now this is a phrase that we have heard many times. When you think of this phrase, endure to the end, what do you think of? Like, what's the first thing?
Be awesome.
Be awesome, okay.
I hear struggle.
Struggle, okay.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it's true.
I picture like running triumphantly through the finish line. That's
Okay.
what I picture.
Good. Now you hit both sides of it. Some people, when you hear endure to the end, just hang on, honey, it's gonna be over soon. You just hold on. It will soon be over. You can do this. Just wait it out, close your eyes, it'll be over soon, right? Some people think that is endure to the end. I do not believe that is so. I believe endure to the end is strength. It is endurance. That is endurance, is strength, right? The only time you have to endure anything is when you are trying to build your strength. So yes, hard times come, and it's sometimes hard to say thank you for that hard time. One time I was saying my prayers at night with my husband, and I prayed and I said, thank you for our trials. And he stopped in the middle of the prayer and he said, why would you say thank you for our trials? And I was like, and his name is Rocky, by the way, so sometimes a rocky road. No, just kidding. But it is true that our trials bring strength. Have you ever run a marathon? Anyone in this room? I know Justin has. He's like trying to stay in the back. That's my brother. Everyone in the family has run a marathon, but me. But my strength comes from other things. So, as you're running a marathon, you have to build up to this final moment. You cannot wake up one day and say, I'm going to run a marathon. Right, Michael? You say you've run one?
What did I have?
A half. Okay.
Definitely.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Same thing. It is intense. You have to train for it. So in our own lives, why do we think that we can go through life without training for hard things to come?
Wow.
Right? So as we think of nutrition, it's a fun word. Everyone loves to learn about eating healthy. I know it. Okay, when we hear about this, I have some people that their brains just shut off. I do not want to hear about eating healthy. That is not for me. I do not want anything to do with this. Boring. Heard it all before. It's, I'm here to teach you something that you have never heard before, and it will literally blow your mind. So, as we're thinking about nutrition, why does it matter? Why do we care? But did you know you can connect your mind, body, and spirit and have yourself be in alignment with all of those things by the foods that you eat. I want to tell you a story about a man named Daniel. Have you heard of this man? He may or may not have spent, not this one, spent some time in a lion's den. Yeah? Daniel. He had 3 friends named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They spent some time in a fiery furnace, were not burned, right? They had all seen miracles. In Daniel, book of Daniel, chapter 1, in the Bible, it tells the story of Daniel and these 3 friends. They're in the king's army. And being in the king's army, they get the chance to partake of the king's meat and the king's wine. And it's a very awesome experience because in these days, there wasn't much of anything. It was scarcity all around. To get a full meal was very rare. So all these men in the army that they're fighting for the king, he took care of them. He made sure that they had everything they needed. Well, Daniel and his 3 friends turned down the king's feast. And the king could not understand why. Why would you do this? You are provided with everything, things that you would never dream of, and you are turning it down for what? And Daniel said, give us pulse to eat and water to drink. And they thought he was crazy. Why? Why would you partake of this? Now, for those of you who do not know, this is the very short and condensed version. Pulse is fruit, seeds, nuts, and grains, right? Always super fun to eat, right? We love every bit of that. I do, but not everybody always does. So this is what he tells the king. Me and my men, we will only partake of this pulse, and we will only drink water. And they didn't understand why. So they said, okay, give us 10 days. 10 days with us on pulse, and you and your men on the king's feast. And in the end of the 10 days, we will have a feats of strength competition, and we will see who wins at the end of this. So they did. At the end of this 10 days, they came back, and Daniel and his men were 10 times stronger. They were 10 times faster, and they were 10 times smarter. If you don't believe me, look it up. You can read this story for yourself. Daniel chapter 1. 10 times all 3 of these things just by the foods they eat. Now, obviously, these are praying men, right? These are men who have connected themselves with the Lord. But part of that connection is understanding who we are and who we come from, our real purpose. And once you realize that, once you realize that this is why we have been asked to take care of these bodies of ours, that we should be treating like temples, it will open your mind to things that you never could have dreamed of just by understanding what food is and why it was placed here for you. I want to talk to you about the number 3. Now, who knows here that numbers are very symbolic, right? We've heard a lot of different numbers. Let me give you a little bit of background on the number 3. 3 is divinity, right? We've heard of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right? Anytime there is a council, most of the time, there is a president and there is 2 counselors, okay? There is no surprise. My favorite is the 3 amigos, right? Where would we be without the 3 amigos, right? Very powerful number, okay? As we're looking at 3 and 3 and 3, it is 9, right? So 3 to the 3rd power is the number 9. That is God's divinity on the earth. So we look at 3 building up to 9. Did you know that you yourself are made up of 3s? If you look at your hand, you have just this one little finger separated into 3 separate parts. If you look at your whole arm is separated into 3 separate parts. Why stop there? Our feet, our whole bodies. We have our foot, we have this part, we have this part. Your entire body is made up of 3s. Even your face, it is in the realm of natural healing. You look at your face in 3 different sections. Our bodies are literally divine from God. So why would he do this? when the earth was created, there was no textbook to tell you what to do to get healthy, right? How would you know? If you had something wrong with you, how would you know what to do and what to put into your body to fix whatever problem was going on? So isn't it amazing that God loved you enough? I don't know if everyone here believes in God, but I do. The God I believe in is a wonderful God, and he loves me, and he loves everyone here that he put on this earth, and you were sent here for a reason. And because of this, he took care of you. And what he did was he said, hey, guess what? Everything that was buried below the ground, fruits and vegetables, they're going to help for your lower half of your body. And everything that is grown on top of the ground, in the middle, that's going to be good for your midsection of your body. And everything hanging from the trees, you know, there are exceptions and there are different things that are good for different areas, but those things are going to be good for the heaven. And that is our head of our body is like the heavens. So these things he set in the power of 3. And then he said, how about I give you the apple, right? We've all heard of the apple. Some say it is the first fruit. Some say it is the fruit that you partook of. That is what we symbolize, right? So I have an apple here. And as I cut this apple, in every system of our body, everything is good for a certain part of the body, right? Did you know, I don't want to talk as I'm holding it. Did you know that the apple is the one fruit that is good for every single system of your body? Every single one. It's no wonder that they said, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. As you cut this apple and you look inside, you see the stars. God literally told you, this is divinity. This apple right here is good for every part of you. This is the heavens. You stick with this and you will be blessed. So then he says, you know what?
Can you stop here?
Do you want to eat it? You can. It is washed.
Can we all just take a bite as we go around?
Just leave the star. Just leave the star open. You know what? If you're having a hard time with your spleen, why don't you eat this? It looks exactly like your spleen, right? And what about this? This beautiful red tomato that was put on this earth has 4 chambers. It looks exactly like your heart. And when you take it into your body, it literally helps your heart function. Okay? And what if I have something wrong with my eyes? You know, sometimes you have eye trouble. God said, eat this carrot. It looks exactly like your eye. The inside, the middle, the outside, all the radiating lines that are in there. Take a close look at that carrot and you see it literally looks exactly like your eye. And if you've all seen him, just kind of pass him and we'll get rid of him up here or something. And you won't have to hold on to it the whole time. Okay? The carrot looks like the eye.
Chop it up and share it.
You
All
can.
about this apple.
It's the communal apple. You don't have to pass that. They've got another carrot going around on the inside. Okay? This beautiful orange. Okay? This orange, we're just going to use your imagination of what this orange is. I spoke to a young women's group and I told them the reason I chose a small orange is because theirs were still developing. So, as you cut an orange and you look inside, it is the exact makeup of the mammary glands. Exactly. Oranges help aid in the function for what breasts were designed to do. And they, you know, for the growth and the life of your children. Okay? And I'm saving the last for my very favorite one, leading up to the children. If you look at this avocado looks exactly like the womb. It takes 9 months to ripen an avocado fully. Isn't that amazing? When you open an avocado, what does that look like to you? Does that look like a pregnant mother?
Little baby inside.
Yes. The avocado aids in the function of keeping the woman's body healthy during pregnancy and also to help her lose her baby weight at the end. If you would eat 2 avocados a week during your pregnancy, you're more likely to have a safe pregnancy and make sure your baby has everything that they need. Okay? I don't have figs with me, but figs grow in trees, okay? They are hung in 2s, and they have tiny little seeds in them. Figs actually help aid in the sperm production of a man. Why else do you think they say, it's not just a cookie, it's a fig Newton? Every man better be eating their fig Newtons, right? Oh yeah. When's the last time you saw a fig Newton commercial, by the way? It's been a while. No, maybe that ages me. You might be younger than me. You know, you see those fig Newton commercials. Anyways, so it's no wonder that God put us on this earth and he gave us the exact map of how to help and to how to heal our body. So that when we got into the world of not health care, but sick care, God would say, guess what? Let's get back to basics. And this is what you can do to help yourself. Hippocrates said, let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. It is no wonder that he said that. He knew the power of the food. He knew that what he was putting into his body, he was not putting in there because it was just something he had to do. It was something he was putting in there because it was good for him and that it would help him with everything that he needed to do. Now, I'm going to need a volunteer. Anybody? Anybody? Okay, come on up. What was your name again?
Marilee.
Marilee, nice to meet you. Okay, Marilee, how are you feeling today? Feeling pretty grounded?
Yep.
Pretty
great.
good? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you a little bit about grounding, okay? Now, grounding is something that you seriously need to do every single day when you wake up. Some people ground by saying prayers. Some people need extra things to ground them, okay? I'm going to teach you a grounding technique that I hope you will learn and really take it into your life because it is powerful. I'm going to show you just how powerful that is. Okay, so Marilee is standing here, and I want you to just, don't resist me, but just kind of let things happen, right? Okay, I'm going to pull on your arm and watch her fall, right? Okay, now we're going to ground her. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to get really deep into your thoughts. And I want you to think about the fact that you are a tree, right? We're all one with nature. You are a tree that reaches all the way tall to the heavens. Your branches reach all the way up as far as they can go. Down the branches, it comes into the earth, and the trunk goes all the way down. Very strong trunk, okay? Visualize this strong base, okay? Now, visualize your roots going deep, 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 all the way to the core, the very center of the earth. Your roots wrap around the earth all the way, go back to the core, and go all the way back up your trunk, all the way up to your leaves, and all the way back up to the heavens. You are literally grounded as much as you could possibly be grounded. You are connected with the earth, you are connected with yourself, and you are connected with your higher power. Okay. I pulled on her arm much harder, would you say? Much harder than the first time. I didn't warn her what I was doing, and she did not budge. She was grounded. But Marilee, let me tell you something. I think you're kind of stupid. I don't think you're very nice. being around you makes me sick. And to tell you the truth, I really don't like you. Okay? What happened? She just grounded herself. You just grounded yourself. Why did you move? You're grounded. You started off. Okay. You started off your day grounded, right? Have you ever thought this when you grounded yourself in the morning and then something comes and you're like, what the heck? Why am I falling into this? I know better. You know? You grounded yourself. What's the deal? Didn't I do it right? Of course you did. Okay? Now, let me tell you something. You are beautiful. You are special. You are a divine daughter of God. You are loved by your family. You are loved by us. I love you. I love you. That she is strong again. She is strong again because she listens to those words. They all of our words have a vibration, right? We know this. We know that every word, every sentence, everything we put into the universe has a vibration. And we need to do our best to keep that vibration high. Because the second it goes low, everything is going to come at you, and you're not going to know what to do. And that gate is going to be weakened, and it is going to bust through, and you're going to have trial after trial after trial, and you're going to be like, what's happening to me? You know? So I'm going to tell you something, okay? You are amazing. But I'm going to say those rude words to you again. I'm just preparing you, okay? I'm going to say rude things to you. But I want you to remember all those nice things. Everybody say something nice about Marilee really quick.
You're awesome.
Great. Beautiful
Love
smile.
your smile.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All those things are true. Can you feel they're true? They are true, okay? I'm going to say those rude things again, and when I do, I want you to remember all the awesome things we just said about you. Because that's who you are. You're the good, you know? So even though I'm going to say these bad things, you've got to remember this, okay? I think you're stupid. I think you're mean. I don't like you. Do you notice how she's strong? Even though I said those words to her, what was the difference? She remembered. She remembered who she was. She did not put into her brain all of those false things that are coming from out of her control, right?
Right.
You remembered you. You remembered your truth. And that, thank you. Oh wait, I'm not done with you.
Oh.
That is what we all need to do. Okay, one more thing. Do you want to stay or do you want to?
I can stay.
Okay. Now, how does this connect with the food we eat? You wonder. What does this have to do? First of all, this is just good to know in life anyway, to remember your truth, okay? So, I want you to close your eyes. Okay, remember what I said about vibration, everyone? Okay, I'm going to put something in each hand. Don't peek. Don't feel around, because you can probably figure it out. But I'm going to put something in each hand, and I just want you to stand there. Let's go like this. Okay. I just want you to stand there as I'm talking. And I want you to tell your body to recognize what's in these bags and to react in the way that it should as what is in those bags. Okay? Everything has a vibration. Everything good has a positive vibration. You might be off. If this doesn't work, it's not me. Just kidding. Okay. Let's ground you again. We have to have another person. Okay. Okay. Is there something about food that you have a disconnection with?
Yeah, probably.
What would that be?
I don't know. My belief that there are toxins in a lot of the food.
So are you thinking that even if it's good, there's probably toxins in there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot. Okay.
Just because I've done a lot of research.
Yes.
And a lot of education on the subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So in your mind, you're still thinking Even when there's good things, it's still going to be toxic. Okay. Did you see what happens when your mind tells you things? I had someone ask me one day, have you heard all the things they're saying about bananas, that they're high in calories and they're this and that? And I said, nobody tells you, have you heard the scientific research on your Cheetos? You know what I mean? We get all messed up in our heads with what food is doing to us. When if we put the good things in, it's going to clean out the bad, right?
Right.
So I want you to focus on this.
Okay.
Okay? Focus on, God put these clean things in, and there are things that are good for me, and there are things that I should not be putting into my body. The things that God has put here on the earth, although changed by man, let's be honest, a lot of them have been, God still put them on this earth. And guess what? This is why we pray for our food, right? Because even though good things have been placed on this earth for us, we get the great opportunity to pray that this food will nourish and strengthen our body, because there are things that have been taken out of it or things that have been changed, right? Okay, so I want you in your mind to pray over your food. Ask for forgiveness for thinking that even things God has put on this earth are still not healthy for you. And let's try again. Do not squeeze the bags because it might give them. Okay, we'll try to make this as...
Do you want like a plate on each side or something?
Maybe change it up a little bit. That's a really good idea. Okay, put your arms down so you don't get tired and don't look for the back, because then you'll see. Okay? But trust me, I've been there. Like, the more research you do, the more you're like, oh, I can't eat that. If I eat too much spinach, I'm going to get kidney stones. I've heard that one before. And it's ridiculous. Thank you. That's a smart idea. Okay, close your eyes. One of these foods is clearly better for you than the other. And don't get all in your mind about it. Just hold still. And let it happen. By the way, don't drop it. Just letting you know, do not drop it.
But you're supposed to do what your body wants to do.
Yes. Just seriously let go of everything except for the plates. Okay, hold your arms out tall. Okay. Hold that. Hold. Hold. Okay. Okay, now do you see what's happening? Sorry. Do you see what's happening? When her mind is in the place that it needs to be, and the food that is the higher vibration, first of all, do you feel like your arms are at the same length?
No.
Do you feel like they're like drastically lowering?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, open your eyes. Okay, right here is powdered sugar, and right there is carrots. Okay? This, you can
Like carrots.
you can eat them if you would like.
Thank you.
But thank you very much. But I want to.
Nice job.
I just want to share with you just how important it is to be in alignment with your higher power, which means you were sent here for a purpose, for a reason. God loves you. He put everything here on this earth for you that you need to be healthy, to have a strong body, to have an enlightened mind, and to have a vibrant spirit. One last story, if it's okay that I share with you. We have, I'm sure, all heard of the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors, right? There's even a Broadway play about it. So, as we read this story in the Bible, sometimes we think, Joseph's dad gave him this coat of many colors because he loved him the most. And so his brothers were jealous of him, and they were mad at him. And so essentially he was sold off, right? But do you know a part of the story that is not often shared is when Joseph's dad gave him this coat, he gave him this because he completed one of the most sacred fasts in that day. And that fast was partaking of every single color of the rainbow, one stage at a time. So first he only had red fruits, and he went this amount of time. And then he only had orange fruits and vegetables, of course, in that amount of time. And he went through every single color of the rainbow. And when this was completed, his father was then so proud of him that he gave him this ceremonial coat of many colors to signify, or to, show that he completed this. So obviously his brothers are mad because they themselves could not do it. And now Joseph's the favorite, and they could not do this thing. So it enlightened Joseph's mind. It made him better than he was. It gave him the knowledge that he needed. It gave him the strength that he needed. And it gave him that pleasing spirit from his heavenly Father and from his earthly father. And that is why we need to also take care of ourselves and not think of food as just something that we're putting in our bodies just because it's there, or not because, when you're on a diet, which never do, by the way, you don't need a diet. You just need to put in your body what God put on this earth for us. That is the diet. And once you realize who you are, it will all come together, and it will all make sense of why you are putting those things into your body. Now I want to share with you, I shared one of my 6 levels of how to endure to the end. On the back of this, I have my contact information, and on the front, I have a chart that shows the different foods and what they do for the body. Like a few that I forgot, a few honorable mentions. Kidney beans are shaped like the kidney, and they heal and maintain kidney function. Okay? All of these things are placed on the earth. Celery looks like our bones, right? Celery is food specially targeted for bone strength, and more look just like the bone. And did you know that celery has the very same amount of water in the bones and calcium in the bones? Like celery has the same amount as the bones do. If you do not have enough celery or calcium in your body, then it literally takes it from your bones, okay? So this is how you know. This is a guide for you to know what you need to be putting into your body. So if you're interested in my course, I have a 6-week course of E.N.D.U.R.E. E stands for eating whole foods, okay? We talked briefly about this right now. N is to have non-toxic relationships. Non-toxic relationships with other people as well as with yourself. The D is for daylight. I show you how important it is to have the sun in your life, and that the sun is not as scary as what other people might think it is. That the sun is the life force. That is the living. That is why we are here, is because of the sun. And so I teach you how to not be afraid of it. The U stands for unity. It stands for a sense of community and a sense of service to other people. The R is for religion. Whatever religion you are, you need to understand that there is a higher power, and that you cannot go through this life without connecting with that higher power and being aligned with it. And the E, forgot what E was. Just kidding, it's exercise.
Wow.
Sometimes we would want to forget about that one. So we talk about all 6 of these things. If you are interested, on the back I have a special deal for you. It's regularly $259 for the 6 weeks. And if you guys are interested, I'm offering it for $129. And if you bring a friend, then it's only $99 for each of you. So it's super powerful, things that I really hope will change your life, and hope you to get aligned with yourself and connect your mind, your body, and your spirit. Thank you. Can you put that? eating whole foods. Yep. And then, did you get all of them?
And then the second one was what?
The second E is exercise, favorite one. So E-N, N is non-toxic relationships.
Toxic. Okay, that's the.
Yep, that's the one you're gonna get. Okay. And the only reason I even have powdered sugar is because it was my son's first birthday, and my family complains if I serve healthy cake. That is why, right, Justin?